Hey YouTube, it's Coop, and I've got a quick but powerful early game build guide for you that will let you go toe to toe with some of the park's most scariest enemies. I'm talking wolf spiders, scorpions, cockroaches, you name it, all solo. This isn't some beginner fluff. We're going to talk about gear, routes, smart crafting choices, and I'll also point out some noob traps. That's gear and crafting choices that seem helpful but actually waste your time and slow your progress. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Right after you exit the training facility, follow the quest marker path, and along the way scoop up any fiber, sap, pebbles, basically anything you see on the floor. These small pickups add up fast. Once you're inside the ranger outpost, go ahead and analyze all those materials you just picked up. You'll see a blue exclamation mark in the top right corner if something's ready for analysis. Always analyze your loot. That's how you unlock new recipes and tech. Be sure to claim your Omni tool and then leave. At this point, we want to immediately make our way to the communications array. On the way, you'll pass through a puddle oasis teeming with mites, aphids, weevils, gnats, clover, fiber, literally everything you need to craft the armor we're going for. So while you're here, you need to farm 10 clover leaf, 2 raw aphid, 2 raw weevil, and 10 mite fuzz. You'll collect rope, grubs, and other things as you explore, so don't stress about those yet. This route sets you up with the materials without backtracking. Another excellent aspect to this area is if you're new to the Grounded franchise, you can practice your fighting here. You can learn how to engage with different mobs, you can learn blocking and parrying, you can pretty much just get comfortable with all the mechanics, your stamina drain, etc, etc. For me in particular, there's a lot of mites in this area, so I kind of just zoned out for a bit, focused some mites, and grabbed a lot of sap, because one of the first things I like to make is a smoothie station. There's a drink called, I think, Fuzz on the Rocks, which you have to use mite fuzz to make, and it's a huge chunk heal, and it gives you a lot of heals over time. So early game when I'm running around and scavenging the area, great for survival. So at this point, we're at the comms array. Jump through the broken glass and activate the terminal. Use your Scabby 2K to open the locked door, and while inside, unlock the Omni-Shovel at the ranger station. It's cheap. It's just 350 science, some grass seeds, and 2 sprigs. It's an easy pickup. In my case, I didn't have the grass seeds yet, so I'll show you how to identify how to get the grass seeds and where to get the grass seeds. Luckily, it is super close to this encampment. But before we go, turn around, go back outside, and grab this rare science. We'll need it, because we're trying to max out our Omni tool as quick as possible. Okay, now that the raw science is secured, double back, jump through the broken glass, head through the double doors. Now we're back outside, right where we started. These fuzzy offshoots that look like cattails, that's grass husk. You need to cut that down to get grass seeds. As soon as we find one, cut it down, get the seeds, we can double back to the ranger outpost and buy the shovel upgrade. Before we go get the grass seeds, I heard this little guy coming. We need to farm larvae. They drop acid sacs, and we need 5 acid sacs in order to craft the Acid Trinket. Now the Acid Trinket is instrumental to our DPS early game because it adds a huge burst of damage to the final hit in your 3-hit combo. At this point in the game, I am going for the grass seeds, and it seems like everything is pretty centrally located around the ranger station. So I've decided to build my preliminary base here. There's a sprinkler right on top of the ranger station, so easy access to water. The oasis is right around the corner, so a lot of weevils, a lot of aphid. The larva somehow route and path through the base, so you have access to that, and a lot of clover, so we can build and repair our clover, we can make our aphid shoes, we can repair our spear, easy. All while having access to the analysis station right there in the ranger station. At this point, we've just returned with our grass seeds. Don't forget, every time you return to home base, go inside the ranger station and analyze everything with a blue exclamation mark. If it's new, you need those recipes. Head to the back room, upgrade your Omni-Shovel. we now have the shovel. If you look on the floor, there's going to be a little rumbling of stuff. Whenever you see that, walk over to it, press X or press square or press whatever key it is on PC, and you're gonna pop up a larvae. Larvae are easy to eliminate. They do not fight back. They have grub hide, which allows you to craft a canteen. Canteen is also extremely important early game because you can store 2 drops of water. At this point, we have everything we need to craft our armor. The Clover hood, poncho, and aphid slippers for the speed and stamina boost. Do not craft the medium armor because it has severe stamina penalties, and the heavy armor is a bad choice because the threat generation will cause unwanted attention and inescapable fights for your life. Now that we have our armor sorted out, let's head up to the table and secure that tier 2 weapon. This is where the game really starts to take off. At this point, we're geared, i.e. we have a lot of armor, we have the Acid Trinket, we have everything we need to go fight some mosquitoes and get that tier 2 rapier. The tier 2 rapier is really strong early game because it's tier 2, it has a lot of durability, your attacks are super fast, it's stamina efficient, and it has lifesteal. Lifesteal allows you to heal on hit. Very, very, very strong early game, especially with the armor setup that we have running. We're running the Clover set, which is light armor. So you're able to sneak up on things, get the bonus damage from the stealth attack. It also allows you to spam your attacks. It allows you to block without being exhausted. It allows a lot of good things early game. I would also like to point out the fact that using the shield, it becomes way easier to parry stun things. Boom. You parry stun and mosquitoes fall out the sky. They lay there on the floor for about 3 to 5 seconds, allowing you to unleash several combos. In my case, I can get off 6 to 9 hits. I can almost like just obliterate a mosquito once I get them down. So this gameplay in particular is without the Mosquito Rapier because I'm farming the mosquitoes on the top of the table. I jumped down because I heard a bombardier beetle growling, and I honestly just wanted to showcase how good this build was early game. So at this point in the run, I just have the Clover set on and the shield. I'm still using the spear I crafted during the tutorial. I honestly heard the bombardier beetle growling down low, so I jumped off the table and I wanted to test out the survivability and damage, the combat overall of this setup. And I was pleasantly surprised, like manhandled the bombardier beetle no problem. The high burst damage from the incredible stamina pool that this set provides allowed me to pretty much parry every attack and obliterate the bombardier beetle without cause. As far as the mosquitoes, I looped back around, went up top, and practiced my combat, tried to get my perfect blocks. If you can see here, once you perfect block the mosquito, it pretty much stuns him and he falls out the air, allowing you to just go crazy on him. Like, it's free materials. You can use the mosquito blood sac to make heal bosses, which is a huge chunk heal for you and your group, or you can use them to make the Mosquito Rapier, which is an excellent early game weapon. That's where the lifesteal comes from. That's where the low stamina usage comes from, and that's where the high burst damage comes from. Combined with the Acid Trinket, which gives you a huge chunk of damage on your 3rd hit in your 3-hit combo, the Mosquito Rapier does serious work. The Weevil shield is instrumental to your success. You have to learn how to parry, and as soon as you unlock the Mutation Parry Master, equip it. Once you unlock Blade Master or Javelinier, depending on what weapon you choose to use, equip that also. But before you start going toe-to-toe with the big boys like roaches, scorpions, and spiders, you must equip your mutations. And that's it. You're now ready to stomp through early game like a mini-boss. If this helped, drop a like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you've soloed. Spiders, scorpions, either way, catch you on the next one.